Oh yeah, welcome back. Finally got Liakat back on the pod. Huh?
Oh yeah.
After a
You know,
year.
I know, right? And I was gonna say, it's funny.
Really? Oh,
We have
actually, you have
a
to think about it, huh?
we have a group called that one
We
podcast episode.
we made that group on September last year.
Oh
You know,
shit.
Yeah, actually, I told this to Okun and I was like, we made this group last year on September, and today or like these few weeks is when we're gonna actually do it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
yo,
But
thank you for having
I mean,
me,
the
man.
good thing is you just came, and I think in a space whereby right now we really need this back. So, I mean, eventually you were gonna be among the guests.
Oh,
But
yeah.
also, you're gonna be among the repeated guests over and over again, since
Oh, yes,
like
sir.
we're really gonna be pushing this by hooks and crooks. You know,
Yes, sir.
even if we're
It's
gonna
gonna
miss our
happen.
last meal, we're gonna
It's
do
gonna
it
happen.
no matter
gonna
what.
This kind of feels like this is my first podcast. Kind of feeling, a little. It's just now, what the, you know. I'm excited.
Nice,
I'm really
nice,
excited
nice,
to
nice.
see what you
I,
guys have
I
for me.
mean, it's a blessing to have you here. You know, hopefully, Liakat is always like in our group of three. I think me and I are going to my speed this time.
That's really sad. I think so.
I think I'll put you. If it's one word I'll think about for you, it's like a moderator that
Yeah.
comes. Legat will tell you the truth so calmly, and
He's
you like,
always been like that though. He's always been like that for time, bro.
You
I
guys are
swear to
kind of
God.
answering. You guys are kind of answering my questions. I've written them down in my head. I laugh at the
Wapo. It's true though. I really think so. Like
wow,
if it's one thing, he's always giving it to you straight up. Afana Gwambia,
yeah,
me, I say something, I don't even want to hear it. I'm like, bro, nah, we ain't doing this right now. It's too accurate too soon.
Yeah,
At least feed
right.
into my delusions, bro. You feel me? At least feed
I'm
into my
telling you,
delusions
man.
a little
Like,
bit. A little bit
yeah,
more and be okay. Okay, cool. Apa?
we gotta chill.
Yeah, like
Until last
straight up on an NBA partner, bro. I'm like, bro, come on, bro.
Sometimes Okuni inabidi uambiwe mwanangu. Wewe hapa. Wewe out of the three of us, wewe ndo the main deadly culprits hapa. Kila saa nitakwambia tu because you need to
It's
hear it.
true. It's true.
nice. I mean, I don't know. You just bring the balance. Sababu ukiacha simi na ukuni tu hapo hivi. Oi,
Tunaenda tu.
Ongea sana.
we just know how to go. We just know how to go. Yeah. That being said, man, I appreciate you coming through.
Of
I
course.
think the past two episodes from season 2 have been a lot of basketball fed
Yeah,
to, to the audience, and I just think,
watched it the past
yeah,
few days.
yeah,
And I was like,
and I
damn,
just think,
you guys are invested. You were like, oh, life basketball, and I was like, this isn't
oh
life.
yeah,
This is a lot of basketball out with this bitch, bro.
I think everybody been reacting like that too, actually. So
yeah.
I was like,
I mean, either ways, yeah. Either ways,
also,
if you find yourself here, ndoBastena was saying here, and
yeah,
exactly.
I mean that says a lot about our lives too, you know. But also, I can't believe out of 10 episodes you're gonna get nothing out of just life itself, you know.
yeah, more than
Yeah.
definitely.
You know,
Very,
it takes some commitment to be that consistent, even in just saying things about basketball. So that means we're putting some time, you know. Yeah,
You have your shit straight, so you know what you're saying, and that what makes like a bigger difference, because you know
true.
what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah. Anything, Okun? Do you have anything to say before we start going into?
I was gonna talk about today's episode. I think is very reflective of what this whole channel is about, right? Like as
That's
much as we
true.
talk about hoops a lot every day, there's a few gems. If you really be listening, there's a few gems that you could get,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think this episode is gonna be one of them. So lock in.
Totally. Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
true. That's true. As I captain this ship, definitely I would have us go to a reflection mode and just making sure sometimes, as I said on the first episode of season 2, like slow motion is the new motion. I just think also we just need to take time as a human being from trying to catch up to the next new thing, trying to catch up to the next big opportunity, trying to catch up to the next new, I don't know, creative idea. and just sit back and just talk to ourselves and reflect to ourselves. And that's among something that a lot of human beings don't do. Even since growing up, kutana na ndugu zako, umekuwa sasa toka hapa inabidi ufike darasa hili nini, umalize chuo upate kazi. It's like, okay, when am I gonna even just chill and relax? Everybody is just like, even whatever you see, it's all, hey, you're here now, good, but you gotta get there. So, and now life becomes all about chasing.
We're not
And we're never just
appreciating
stopping.
being
Yeah, exactly.
in the moment.
Yeah, that being said, we got some questions that we're gonna be answering together and just be vulnerable as just, brothers, and make sure that people see this other side of us, right? So I came up with some questions, which I'm really proud of because I don't know. I just saw this question somewhere and I just thought, I was like, you know what? I know the perfect people to just ask these questions and just discuss about, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
we'll start surface level, kidogo. Then we're gonna go deeper, kidogo. And the first question is like, what are you proud of? Let's start with our guest. Tumpe nafasi mgeni.
Been a fast go
And
ahead.
I never thought of this before. Like I was gonna
Yeah,
process it once you asked the question, but
yeah,
you said something about this is the people that I could speak to, like these types
yeah,
of things, and I
yeah,
think I'm really proud of that. For me to be part of this, that you
yeah,
can talk to me about these things,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
we're at a time where, or maybe it's been there always, but I'm not sure. But what
yeah,
I see right now with other people is where
yeah,
can sit down and just talk about like proper shit, like what's going through you, and
Yeah,
what are you
sure.
going through,
yeah,
and I'm really proud of this. I speaking to my male friends, this is kind of weird to everyone
Yeah,
to see. It's
yeah,
not, I don't see it happening quite so often. And if I tell
yeah,
people that, I have male friends that I speak to, or I kind of communicate to, or if I'm going
yeah,
through something, I have Okun, I have you,
mm,
Finn,
yeah,
and
yeah,
people are like, what? You don't talk to your male friends like that. You're not supposed
yeah,
to. You're not allowed to.
yeah,
And I think That's one thing I'm absolutely and I'll always be proud of, is that I always
true.
have people to speak my shit to. You guys
Yeah,
complain about me being blunt sometimes, yeah, but I know how you guys are gonna take it. Yeah,
yeah,
oh, for
fine.
sure.
You'll be mad at me for like a few days. That's fine, but I know that we have
Yeah,
that like a cushion that I can go
yeah,
to you guys and I can speak to you guys about it, and I'm really proud about it, and I'll always be proud about it.
that's true. That's real. That's
Yeah.
real. That's real love right there. That's true.
So
That's real love right there. I
mhm.
mean, to be honest, I gotta touch this on my thing too. Um,
yeah,
if I was to go ahead and hijack the question real quick, I think too often, as you said at the start, Phineas, we're always focusing on where we're supposed to be or where we want to be instead of where we are at the moment. And
yeah,
there's a lot of things that you can be thankful for in the moment. It's funny because I spoke to a friend yesterday about being in Kamloops, which is, I mean, you guys have heard me complain about being in Kamloops, which, to be honest, but like we really had the conversation, and he was like, you gotta just sit down for a second and really just take it in. You're here for a reason, and it's what you end up making out of it.
yeah,
So instead of you complaining, just kind of take a second and just appreciate that you're here. Appreciate that you can do
yeah,
this. Appreciate that you can go hoop. Appreciate you could um, get from point A to B. You can go to school. I have my girlfriend with me. Like there's so many of those things, right? That like sometimes you're so focused on where you gotta be that you forget that this right here is what you used to pray for, right?
yeah, yeah,
With part of like the support group too. It's like
yeah,
this is something I never take for granted because, oh my God, I don't know where I would be without y'all. Like on some real shit,
Mhm.
right? So if you really don't like take a second to really just appreciate those things, it's like it's gonna pass you by. And the thing is too, it's like once you get past like 20, life goes by like that. And if you're
Yeah.
not really like locking in and paying attention to the blessings around you, it's gone. You're gonna wake up one day, you're 30, you'll be like, shit, what did I do the past 10 years?
damn,
Yeah.
damn. You
Oh
just
yeah.
about to say 30. Damn.
I just thought 10 years from 20, bro. Literally, that's all that
All
was. I promise,
right,
bro.
all right.
I promise, bro.
That
I
was,
just
that
thought
was
10 years
tough.
from 20. I promise. But that's kind of what I think, man. It's like I'm
Nice.
proud of so many things in my life right now, and
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta take a second to remember
that's
them.
true.
Appreciate.
That's true.
Mm.
That's true. I
What
mean,
about you?
personally, I would just say like two things that I'm really proud of, like over and over again, is one thing is just every single time I see the people that I've tried so hard to maybe give them an opportunity or be of service to them in a
Yeah,
moment whereby nobody sees it. And then now the lights are out and everybody recognizes them with their work ethic, and I can see myself there.
yeah,
To me, it might be a player, it might be a coach, it might be, I don't know, maybe somebody else, I don't know. Lakini I know clearly kuna watu ambao I've been of service to them through whatever I do best. And
yeah,
now the stage lights are on them and everybody's like realizing who they are, recognizing their work ethic. And I'm like, I'm so proud for my farm. Like, yo, like we did this, we worked on this. There's a time and in times whereby there wasn't people watching, there wasn't people like giving you credit, there wasn't people pushing you.
yeah.
It was just us. So I'm always proud of that. And I just proud that the work that I'm doing is what I really want and love. And it kind of puts me in that position to always appreciate life. Even though sometimes shit might not go well for me, it's like I look back and see how much impact I've done to these people. I'm like, I mean, I gotta keep on going on. I mean, whatever is happening to these people, it's too big enough for me to just keep on moving on rather than just staying where I am, depressed and stressed. And then now that there comes in a support group of the three of us that, regardless of how things are, maybe sometimes on some values we might not align. Like Guinea, there's that free space of just being able to communicate stuff. And
Exactly.
you know what, hey bro, we got you on this one, we got you on this one.
Yeah,
And I just think as a man, there's so much we carry to a point where but you just need a place of exalting all these things and just being able to just do them without being judged. But
yeah,
also realizing that there are people who are gonna keep you accountable
yeah,
and they're always gonna be with you no matter what. Lakini Mushosiku is like they'll tell you the truth, you know? And if it's one thing that also I mean from that is like I'm so proud that it's a male friend. It's somebody that I know I call a brother, and they can do that for me. You understand? Not that
yeah,
I'm saying that you are pushing me to do that. Sometimes you're just putting out there for me to make a choice. Sabu
yeah,
Shasiku, there's power in when somebody just makes the choice rather than you making the choice for them. So you
Yeah.
also guys put me in that position to like, you know what, Phineas, this is the truth. You decide to it will love you as your brother, lakini kwenye ukweli takwambia. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
And that is so major in my life, and that's what I'm proud of. Those two things I'm really proud of, to be honest.
I,
Okay.
I I love the way you said surface level, and then we just got deep into it
Deep, right?
straight away. Yeah, like
We-
it's good.
We've
It's
just
good though. It's good.
we've
Yeah,
answered
yeah.
one
So,
question.
yeah. But these questions are not that small.
They're really not. They're really not.
I thought, to be honest, I planned it off. I thought this would be like a
Yeah.
surface level question. Like it feels like when you start talking, you start remembering all the memories
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
it's like, God damn it, I can't amount to all this. All right, going forward, like if this 5 years were a chapter in your life, of
Wait,
your
five
life,
years from wait, 5 years from when? 5 years from right now, or 5 years
Like five,
from right now
like
going
like
back or going
from
forward?
one to
yeah, going
five.
back, yeah, yeah,
The last 5 years of my
yeah,
life.
the last 5 years or a chapter of your life. What would
Uh-huh.
the chapter be about?
Be about or be called?
Me, okay. Eh,
It
We could
would
go
be
with that.
either or, I think.
yeah,
Either
I think
or.
either or. You can just go crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Leka, go ahead.
Oh, it's the guest going
Of
crazy.
course. I need some time to
Today
think. I
unakuja.
ain't gonna cap.
Leo yapone.
Ah,
Eh? Anda
shit.
chakula cha mgeni.
Tokena sisi.
Mm.
Um, Majorly for me, I take the 5 years that went by. Um, Me moving to Dar, that was like a huge chapter in my life. But I think the most, I don't know how to say it, but prolific or like thing that I appreciate the most about the last 5 years, or like something that like completes the chapter about the last 5 years, or something like that, would be um, like I had these friends. Like you remember, I'm not gonna mention them, but they were a little older than me, and I think today they've shaped a little perspective in my life on how they used to live life. Because I was 18, let's say 5 years ago, let's say I would
Yeah.
be 18, right?
Yeah.
So in these 5 years, I think those friends had built a little bricks or like stairs in my life
All
that
right.
made me the person I am today, right?
Yeah.
All right.
You know, yes, you guys were there, but they had like a little
Yeah.
bit of impact. You guys have impact right now, like a huge impact right now. But those people had a little bit more bigger impact because they had been through life a little bit more
Yeah.
than I.
Yeah.
I was 18, they were what, 25, 26, and it felt like I was learning so much, and it was just completing the pieces on who I wanted to be, and I'm very content on who I am today. And I think it's because of the people that I was with at that time. Because at that
Yeah.
time is when you're actually growing and you're building yourself and everything.
Yeah.
And I think those people, adding those people up, was just perfectly aligned and putting the path, in the right way and into the right direction. Also, the chapter of moving to Dar was also a little hard because I've moved from like a little city to the bigger one. Yeah, you've moved to a different country, Okun. Yeah, it's a lot harder, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not well traveled. I won't lie to you, so it was a little harder for me. I had my family. Some of my family didn't like want me there to live with them and everything, so it was a little hard. And I mean,
Mm.
everything went well, alhamdulillah. I'm so great. I made
Yeah.
even crazier friends, that taught me
Yeah.
even better shit that I didn't know, bruh. You know, so, that's my 5 years from 18 to
Ooh,
22, 23. Yeah.
nice.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm old. Guy, I'm still in. Guy. Go, go on, go on.
Now that I'm doing the math, it's 17 to 22.
So basically, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh
Mm.
my god, I'm such an idiot. But anyway. Um, Phineas, don't worry about that, bro. What you mean? Oh my god, don't worry about all
Yeah.
that, bro.
You're young in the heart.
Yeah, exactly. That's all
For
that
sure,
matters.
even
All that matters.
afterwards too. I'm still a kid, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
people
Finn,
still confuse me
you look
as this
really
little
young
kid out
actually as
there.
well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
definitely.
still young. Actually, I'm really young.
Oh, yeah,
Go on.
definitely.
Stupid. Oh my goodness. I knew there's something. I mean, what?
I didn't say anything. You said go on, and I was like, all right. I think just to honestly, I feel like I sound like I'm stealing Liakat's answers, but honestly, I feel like me and him we've kind of had quite a similar journey,
Yeah.
right? More recently for the past 5 years, I think I've been doing a lot of growing for sure with just a lot of life experiences that have been thrown at me, um, and obviously, like it's not like I'm done growing or like the lessons stop here. It's just it's been like all the growth has been really like reconstructing my perspective on a lot of things, which like moving forward, it's the good kind of reconstruction, right? I'm not saying that it's gonna be bad or anything. It's just like I look at it and I'm like, well, things are this way. And not because you were thinking about them differently because you were a kid. It's just things are this way because they're,
Mm,
you know what I mean? They're neither good or
yeah.
bad. You just gotta go through them. And
Mm,
in terms of like where I want to be, it's like I think they're necessary, right? I don't want to like look, oh yeah, like 5 years from now, like where am I gonna be? I don't want to like do that to my story, but at the same time,
yeah.
like, I'm looking at the things that I've grown through at the moment, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I think they make sense. And when I really look at who I want to be and the things that I value, and the people who I want to keep around, and
Yeah.
with all those things and with the life lessons that have been coming with everything, it's good. It's necessary. I don't know what the future holds, but So far,
Yeah.
it's going the way it's supposed to go.
Also,
Okay.
like putting like an expectation for what you're gonna do in 5 years is kind of you're cutting your legs off, because if in 5 years if you're not the person that you thought you were gonna be, it's kind of
Yeah.
Exactly.
it
Yeah.
kind of puts you away from the path that you actually want to be in,
That's
because
true.
then
But that's
uh,
the thing too, right?
that's
Is like five years ago, I thought about how I was gonna be 5 years from when I was 17,
Yeah.
right? So it's like
Yeah.
even shifting that perspective, it's like don't be so don't be so planning about your future, or don't put like so many expectations to it, because life throws so many things at you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not just to me, it's like to everyone in the world. Like
Yeah.
life is so chaotic and unpredictable, and that's just the way life goes. So like
yeah.
even setting expectations is ridiculous. So
Mm.
it's like
Okay.
relearning those things and like changing your perspective on certain things. It's good. I like it.
All right. On
Mm.
to our third question. I'm
Wait,
just
wait,
kidding.
wait, wait, wait,
Okay.
wait, wait,
Okay.
wait, wait,
Okay.
wait.
Relax. Relax. Oops.
Yeah.
Oops. Oops. Oops.
No,
My
no,
That's
bad.
what
no,
we
no, no,
thought.
no, no. You ain't going nowhere, my brother.
That's what we thought.
You ain't
All
going
right.
nowhere.
I think you can have the largest movement, but Mushasiku, you haven't progressed anywhere.
Yeah.
I can beat the wall over and over again. Day one, day two. Lakini ndo kwanza unakreki labda umetoa rangi kidogo. Matter of
Mm.
fact, you might be so hurt kwa sababu you're trying to fight to just make the movement going every single day. Lakini mwisho siku, you haven't made any progress. You
Mm.
understand? So realizing that and you actually reflecting on that kind of really hits you different. Because mwisho siku is like, yeah, everything, the program is going well, the things that you started going well, everybody's knowing about it. Are you making progress? And if you start thinking that way, the way you approach things kind of in a badilika side, you understand? Even the way you approach life in a badilika. Sabu, you'd have thought having the biggest headline is the impact, kumbe sio. You understand?
Mm.
So just having the eye to look on that and just reverse engineering to like, what does it really matter? Is it me being known, or is it me making sure there's progress within the things I'm having? So when I have a program, maybe a kid or maybe my team doesn't do well in a tournament, let's say as an example,
Yeah.
am I becoming dissatisfied with my progress just because of that? Or I look in a different way of kwamba, yes, some other team have won. They have the biggest headline kila kitu. Lakini my kids right now, they're in a different atmosphere. Kuna maisha yao mengine yameshaweza kuyapita. They have been able to attend school and also play basketball. The brand of
Yeah.
basketball I'm teaching them is far more than just kudunda mipira. Sometimes it's like, how is your life doing? So like, if you start just focusing on what shines every single time, you lose the focus of what's really important. Unaweza kushangaa unajikompea na mtu mwingine ambaye has a bigger movement lakini with very little progress mwisho wa siku. Do you understand? So when your back is against the wall, you kind of know what's the truth that's happening. Because you might fool us here and there, lakini mwisho wa siku, Phineas, the biggest thing you can just understand is the movement can be bigger, lakini progress ikawa ndogo. So where should you focus at is trying to make progress in your life. And now, how do you define things changes from there, you know?
Mm.
And I just think the second thing I've learned, you can never do things alone, you know? You can never do things alone. Like you need people to help you up, people to pull you up. And as selfish as it is, as a person who starts something and makes sure it's up there, gets his legs on the ground and it's moving, you kind of fall into the place of wanting to do everything solo. You understand? And it also being as a guy, ambaye we are known of just keeping things to ourselves,
Sounds, yeah.
you really get too deep in your grave of just, hey, I want to make sure I'm doing this alone. I want to, I want to do this. I'm born for it. I'm good for it. Anyway,
Yeah. I'm him. I'm him. I'm him. I'm him. I'm him. I'm him.
you
Oh.
understand? You understand? And then you come to realize, let's say, that's what I'm saying. When they say basketball is life, Kusabu, the aspect of a team is because that you clearly can just do something perfectly.
By
Like in
yourself.
for it to materialize as a goal, it has to be through somebody else helping you out. You understand? Somebody else sacrificing for you. Somebody else saying something good in your absence. Do you understand? To other people. So I just think, let's say from the perspective of I cannot do things alone because I need more people in my life, more network, more good friends, and a beautiful, good system that I have with you guys. But also, let's say my values to, as let's say I'm a Christian, I gotta always just try to put who my faith in God every single time in things I do. So, like, you clearly cannot forget about that. Do you
Sure.
understand? It's either the one or two. And I just believe there's an importance of people to just remind themselves, Kwamba, you can't do things alone. It's
Mm-hmm.
impossible. You understand?
True.
And especially for people who say, yeah, I'm purpose driven. Nah, nah.
I
It's
don't need any
impossible.
help.
It's impossible. Like, who are you? It's impossible. You understand? And I just think those two things they've been working to me kila mwezi, kila wiki, and I'm just glad of where I am right now. Kuna watu wananisupport. There's a support group of friends I'm on in here. You guys are
Yeah.
helping me out on things that I struggle in terms of articulating or sometimes thinking about, but also have a team about we work day in, day out, making sure that the projects are going on well. Kobo Shasiku, you can't realize, man, Narasamaga, if you wanna move move alone, if you wanna move far, move with people, it
Yeah.
works. It's true, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like those are two things that I could say that's how my chapter of life would be. Easy. Moving on to our third question. Like, I would ask the guests to be a little bit precise. What would you do if you wasn't afraid of anything?
I'd probably jump off, like do skydiving or something, bruh. I'm so scared of heights, bruh. But
Really?
yeah, a little bit.
That's
I
interesting.
just
I didn't
realized
even know
that, bruh.
that.
I
Didn't
just
see
realized.
I
coming.
didn't even know that.
I
Fair
just
enough.
realized this like a few days ago that like from the building when I nikichungulia hivi, I'm like, damn, I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Really?
yeah. What's the phobia called?
I don't know.
Aerophobia.
Do you? Wait, hold on. So like you experience with flying, you don't like flying then?
I do, but I wouldn't look out the window.
Oh, for real?
I think so. Yeah, like I don't
Really?
know. Yeah, actually, like I just figured this out. Like I was standing in the window like at work, right? And then I looked
Yeah.
down, and then I felt
You know,
like I was
actually,
falling
your building has the most scenic view, to be honest, of the city. I was once there, like with Omega. You know Omega. He used to work on the
Yeah, the
topest floor.
Pixar
Yeah, so like
compass.
I used to work for Disney
Nigga,
Online.
what is
So
compass?
okay, right. You know, I'm Tanzanian. You know, I
Ah,
naongea
wapo,
Kiingereza
wapo, wapo.
sana kiasi kwamba now
down.
you're judging me for kuchapia. Personally, I don't like your tone, man. I don't like your tone, my guy.
The
Wapo,
Canadian
wapo,
Uh,
effect.
wapo.
I mean,
Hey, hey. Y'all
umekuwa
gotta, y'all
Grammarly,
gotta,
eh? Umekuwa
y'all
Grammarly,
gotta.
eh? Umekuwa
Aya, sawa,
Grammarly,
sawa, sawa,
eh?
sawa,
Eh?
sawa,
Waambie kwa
sawa,
Grammarly,
jini, waambie kwa jini.
Grammarly
Haya.
sawa. Hamna
Canada.
shida.
Eh?
Mm.
Aya, yeah. Yo, go to my ass, guy.
Yeah,
Mashallah. Alright,
yeah.
Mm,
Personally,
alright,
yeah.
they
alright.
shouldn't put
Right.
expectations on me to talk good English like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
bruh.
I understand.
Honestly.
Yeah, by the way, okay, you said about heights. Wewe hapo watch kasa kijana, nini shida?
Sorry. Honestly, I don't know, man. Cause like, afraid of what is the first thing that kind of comes into my head. So it's a very. Let me think about it some more. Hey, how about that?
Okay.
I might have something to say. So, this is one thing I would do if I wasn't afraid, right? I'm not a person who likes to stand up about for myself or like stand up on things, right? Like if something were to be told about me that I didn't like, I would
Mm,
probably just wouldn't react to it. If
Yeah,
something that would hurt me, I would bottle it up so far, you know, I wouldn't say it to you because I like I wouldn't like to think that I'm a people pleaser, but I feel like I am a little
mm,
bit, so that I I have more concern about your feelings than mine.
yeah.
You know, I hate that. This is the one thing I don't like about myself. Um, but yeah, if I wasn't afraid of anything or to do anything, I think I wouldn't have bottled up my feelings as much. You know,
yeah.
so I think I would have expressed those feelings because I'm scared
That's,
to express those feelings. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how you're gonna react to them.
Yeah.
So I always kind of just wall them up, and then just
Yeah.
wherever they go, and I never know where they go. They just disappear, and then you've told me what you want. I didn't tell you what you want, what I was supposed to
I
tell
want
you.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
and
Yeah.
just everything goes on vague.
I
Nice.
think just to piggyback on what you say, now I'm just reminded of something. I'm like, yeah, actually, if it's one thing I'm afraid of sometimes is saying no to things,
Mm.
You kind of get in the circle of just picking up a lot of things, like being a yes man.
Yeah, exactly.
Because sometimes the mindset can be, maybe it's going to help me in the future. Maybe it's going to put me in a position of
Mm.
opportunity.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, sometimes I don't have to say yes. I can
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
no. You
Mm.
understand? And it starts with just the things that I really want, or might just be, some habits that I have. I even told someone that I really care dearly. I just think I'm in a level where now I really want to practice how to say no to things
Mm.
and just be content with that.
Yeah.
Maybe the fear can be, oh, what if I miss out on it, right? Akini, in all honesty, I just found so much peace on waiting things sometimes. Waiting
Mm.
things to happen for you the right way, because you put yourself in a situation to receive them, rather than rushing. Mushosiku, you forget who you are and you lose your identity through that. So I think if I wasn't afraid, it's sometimes just saying no to things.
Yeah.
Saying no without caring of the disappointment,
Mm.
saying no without caring about who I am so much to a point where I could deny that part.
Yeah.
And even if it's gonna cost me a little bit of something to be delayed in my life, so it's gonna be delayed. The kid is not denied, so it's two different. You understand? And I
Yeah.
just think that's where I am. Kuna vitu
Yeah.
vinakuja in my life, maybe opportunities to be exact, and then I'm like, I don't really have to do this. Do you
Mm.
understand? Or
Yeah,
maybe I
exactly.
can't really do this right now. And the other side of the people in my life doing the same thing are grabbing, fighting for those opportunities. But I'm like, I could be somewhere better if
Yeah.
I just waited. Yeah,
If this is not for you, this is for you. Or
yeah.
you have to say no
So,
to this
so
so that you can get this.
exactly.
I feel like I keep stealing people's answers, but it's true. You know what I mean? But it's true. It's true. So don't fucking hate me for this, right? I promise you, I'm not original. Yeah, but it's true. I just needed a bit of guidance. All I'm saying is I've been learning about more of myself because I'm taking a personality class this year. Shout out psych minor. But
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
anyway, apart from all that, I think part of the other thing too is just what we're talking about is like social desirability, right? And it's more of a thing than I think we realize. Maybe because I was thinking about it, I was thinking about like why we're like that, and I think part of it may be because we're Tanzanian. So I think because we come from a collective culture, so then we tend to be like that. Because I think people from more individualistic cultures can say no more easily. Um,
Mm.
but then I think it's just because we get brought up that way, and at the same time, I feel like sometimes with me specifically, I feel like I've always kind of related it with how I want to be as a person. Like it's my identity to be a person who's always for people, and then like I got to some point in my life and I was like, well, I can't. This isn't sustainable. It's not a sustainable model. Um, just for me personally, but it's still something like I'm still scared of. I don't want to be saying no to people. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because then obviously some part of me is going to feel like, oh shit,
All right,
yeah, I probably shouldn't have said no. And then it's also the other thing, or like, what if I'm foregoing this opportunity by saying no? So it's
mm,
like all those things you end up thinking about. But then at the same time, it's like I'm trying to get to a point where I'm like, it's fine if I do. There's nothing wrong with saying no. You know what I mean? And it's
mm,
it's obviously it's a habit, or it's something that is hard to shake, because I feel like it's
mm,
also something you really grow up with. And
mm,
um part of me too is I feel like I've been called selfish before, and it's not something wanted to I wanted to be part of my like me, you know what I mean? I didn't want to be the person that was selfish. But like there's a difference between like looking out for yourself and putting yourself first than being selfish, right?
Mm.
And maybe in some situations I was selfish. I'm not saying that I wasn't, you know, but it's like I used to have that fear of like, oh my god, I can't be selfish. Oh my god, I can't be this. Oh my god, I can't be that. Or I still have it to an extent, right? And it's like now it's looking towards getting past that. Because the other thing that I think it's really also affected me in a big part of my life is with basketball as well. Because then I feel like I've played such selfless basketball for so long where I'm like, oh my god, I gotta make sure everybody else eats. I gotta make sure everybody else eats. And then I'm like, well, I also want to eat, you know? And I feel bad if I take a shot, for example. It's just those little things, and then you kind of look back and it's like, why can't you take a shot?
Okay. I mean, thank you, Liakat, for studying it up for us. Kwa sababu
That's true.
singe
I do need that for sure.
tulikuwa tuelewe. You see, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Liakat, we need Liakat to survive.
Moderator. Mimi ndo nakwambia muache kwanza aongee, atatupa idea.
Okay, so what is the no or refusal that you keep on postponing?
That I was struggling with. I've read this question like 5 times. Like,
A
what
good
is it?
example, a really good example. Let's say you're growing, puberty hits. You know what? You see a good lady, meaning you can't get her, so you fall into doing what? You beat you up. Exactly.
Beating
Now
your
you say,
meat.
"Oh my goodness, now I'm old. Nanini, I need to forgo this thing." Don't do it. You keep on postponing. You're like,
You
okay,
keep saying,
today's the last day.
I'll stop.
Today's the last day. Ah, shit. Here we go. Here we
Not
are.
today.
Goddamn, Phineas.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny, bro.
I am Melia. I think that's top tier. One of the best examples ever.
That is a great example. That is a great example. All right.
Yeah.
You want to start, Liakat?
Okay. I don't know. It's just rambling around my head, but I don't think if I'm answering the question, you guys let me know, right? What I'm trying to it's basically what I'm trying to stop, but I keep pushing it, right? Like, oh, I'll stop tomorrow, I'll or in different ways, like I'll start today or I'll start tomorrow, right? Something like that. Is that what the question really meant?
Yeah.
Mm. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I think just I've complained to Okun about this a lot of times. I think to you to Phineas is where I need to find something better for myself. You know, look at me here. You guys know where I'm at. It's a Friday. It's a Saturday night. Friday night. I'm at work. I don't know how I don't like this.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to be outside. You know, I have you guys. I have you, Finn. Go out with Billy
Yeah.
a lot of times. Like going out is not like a thing that I want to do, but I like it. You know, but I can't because I'm at work. But yeah, I keep saying, yeah, tomorrow. You know, I'll find something tomorrow. I'll do something tomorrow. You know, and days keep going. You know, my age won't be the same every day, and I don't want to keep being the same. You know, person who works for the same shit like every time. You know, I want to do shit for myself. You know, and it's always like, you know what, tomorrow. You know that you wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning. You kind of have that little boost. You're like, you know, today I'm gonna do this. You know, today I'm gonna do that. They have it so many times that it's not there anymore. And
Yeah.
it's kind of for me. It's a little like demotivating because I do this to myself. You know, no one's there to push me down. You know, who's doing the pushing down? I'm doing this for myself. You know, I can't keep postponing, as the question says. I can't keep postponing this because this is, at the end of the day, this is my life. You know,
Yeah.
and sooner or later, I feel like I know that I need to start today, but for some reason I just don't know what just keeps bringing me back. You know, there's a lot of things obviously that keep bringing me back, but I
Yeah,
feel like I could overcome them. But I don't know. It's just very hard to go past, and I don't know.
true.
I probably don't. I mean, not probably. I don't know how to go past that. And at least I
I
can be
hear that.
honest about that. Yeah.
I hear that. I hear that.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, there's always something we're struggling with.
mm,
I think just to kind of keep going with the same question, I think with me specifically is I feel like I've been wanting to get out of Kamloops and like play basketball outside of Kamloops. And you know, I did this at the start of the semester when I first got here, where I was like, I'm gonna try reach out to more people so that I could, you know, get chances to leave Kamloops and go play basketball. And then it's always every week it's in the back of my mind where I'm like, oh, maybe I should go to Kelowna or maybe I should go to Vancouver. And it's always in the back of my mind where I'm like, oh, maybe I should go because I really just wanna play more consistent competitive basketball, right? Not to say that there isn't anything in Kamloops. It's like I just want to be playing a bit more often. You know what I
mm,
mean?
Yeah,
If you live in Kamloops, you know how the situation here is. So I ain't gonna speak on that too much. Um, so it's always something I'm like, yeah, I'll do. Obviously, you know, like school gets in the way and like life gets in the way. But it's
yeah,
always something I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it when I get a break. And then now I have a
mm,
break. And then I'm like, you know what? I'll do it when I get another break, or I'll do it when you know, like I keep pushing it back for like this time where I'm like, oh, if when everything is set, I should do it. But I just gotta get up and do it. You
yeah.
know, it's kind of like that.
Mm,
So I don't know what will happen, but we'll see. It's
mm,
good to be
yeah,
aware of it, right?
yeah.
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 I think if I was to be honest, like the one thing that I'm gladly that I've started, which I think everybody, I mean, you guys already know about it. It's
Yeah.
just working out. You know, like
Yeah.
just oh my goodness, it's a struggle,
So,
man. As
bro,
much as
you remember last year? You remember last year?
uh-huh.
I put this on my calendar. Was it last year or was it this year? I put it on my calendar. No,
Yeah,
it was March. It was around March, and then we were talking with these people, right? And then
yeah,
Finn was like, "By June, I have a fit body."
yeah, yeah.
For
I mean,
summer as
personally.
well, isn't it? Yeah.
By June,
So
I have
with Southern Gang, I think that's. But I've honestly confessed about it, like the struggles of me not being able to like. Okay, I don't think I've done enough to you guys, but I remember like this one day I was in a camp and it was just like there's this kid. She was literally not feeling well and on the things that she put herself to do and she's not doing. I was like, yo, look at me here. Don't look at me in this outside spectrum of, oh, he's a guy, he's doing something well for himself, he has a company. I'm struggling with this thing about my
Yeah.
weight, And as much as it is physical in terms of, yeah, you can coach, you can do 1, 2, 3, yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, there are things that okay, this is who I am. The things about my life that I really do care about. When I'm onto those things and things are not working, I tend to stop some of the habits that I do until these things work. It's a bad habit, lakini I don't know. I'm just kind of that way at times. So I think to the most part that I was able to gain a lot is because kuna vitu vingine vilikuwa at the end of my life, and then you're like, fuck all these things, man. I want to make sure this works. Then
Yeah.
this thing never works for a whole year. So you build bad habits, which are siku, you're out here. The results of what you've put in your stomach kinda work out.
Yeah.
you know? I mean, all works out, So at the end of the day, it's like, shit, here we are again.
mm,
But it's not as if I'm not hearing the amount of like comments, amount of complaints, amount of words now. You want to kill them too. Yeah, you gain one, you get it. All right, I know.
yeah, I'm
But it's
aware.
just like,
Yeah.
I'm so much aware, you understand?
Yeah.
And I'm just glad I don't know, I'm just built this resilient mind to not allow that dictate some of the things in my life.
Yeah.
So I kid you not, come to mwingine, I mean, come to mwingine, you might, okay, I'm giving up on this. I'm gonna be stressed, depressed.
Yeah.
That happens a little bit. Like Kini Mushosiko is like I pick myself up and I do things. So yeah, I've been postponing a lot. I didn't say no exactly, but it can kind of postpone a lot, you know.
Okay.
And I just think at the end of the day, I'm just so glad, even if it's like 2 weeks, I've kept it consistent, you know, and just trying to find my way through it. And I think I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna put it out there. Nobody's gonna know. It's like, okay, at the end of the day, man, I'll see you. You understand?
Yeah.
So maybe it can be one of the ways to just track your progress and look how far you've come.
You've got
Why not just put it out there? So I'm glad I went through that, and I'm glad I decided to get that consistent. Like, really, be mindful. It wasn't easy. I had someone helping me. I can't lie. Come to this idea in the sense of, hey, you gotta get shit together, but also in different ways, You might say something like in a different tone. It could make sense. I mean, and you're like, all right, keep yapping. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm just glad of the people in my life. Ambao, they are so close and dear to me. Ambao, I'm just going to say dear. You guys too, in a way or so. And I just think the most awakening call is I went to Cameroon and I saw how much knowledgeable I am. Can't lie. I saw how far in terms of some stuff I am very far in them.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, you gotta look the part, dude. You need to look the part.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. You need to look the part. And I was like, God, so on my way back in the plane, I was like, shit. Yeah, you gotta look the part. At least if you're gonna go international more and more, they can't have this Tanzanian coach and fit like this. You understand? I can get buckets though. I'm just saying, but Lakini, I'm still.
The buckets are still there. The buckets are still there. Yes, sir.
Ukiona shuka from the airport, they're like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So like, I'm all in all, I'm just glad.
That's a good. Sorry, the one Liakat, that picture he painted, that's actually such a good. That's a good motivator. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Like that picture, like, oh yeah, they know who the fuck is stepping out the plane. You feel me?
Yeah. So I just think, and I just think it's, I don't know. I think me being able to succeed or reach the goal is going to be really helpful mentally wise to my life, and I hope it's going to change a lot of things. So yeah, that's one of the things. Could have been like in here. I don't think we have enough time.
Of course. I mean, with all that we've spoken about, I think it's just like moving forward. We can rewatch this video whenever we need to. For the people listening as well, like think about these questions. Think about how you can apply them to your life. As much as it's also supposed to be for vibes, the conversation's vibes.
Yeah.
Deep it for a second. You wanna improve in some things.
Ask yourself the questions that Phineas asked us.
Exactly.
If they want more, they can call me. But I'm not available right now. But hey, man, it's been a blessing. I love you guys. I'm so glad Liakat hopped in, man. It's been a blessing.
Yeah, real nice to have you, Liakat. Finally,
Thank you very much.
I mean, I think,
Crazy.
We get it.
I'm feeling hurt.
That's nice. Hey, man, stay tuned. The next guest is among the guy who really mattered to my life, I'm in Sadia side to push.
I get to meet Phineas's mentor, so shit. Let's fucking get it, man.
Yeah, man. Other than that, your man, Santeni San. Until next time,